Oh, she got white written all over. She got white written all over. All a nigga knows how to fuck a good thing up. Run from the pain, sip lean, smoke tree up. When I'm in your town, press pound, hit me up.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making surf and turf using shrimp and steak with some garlic mashed potatoes and green beans. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to make the garlic mashed potatoes. So I'm going to start out by cooking the potatoes, and right here I have 6 cups of water boiling. So for a faster cooking time, I cut each potato into half. So right here I have 12 pieces all together, and then I'm going to start boiling them. To prevent it from boiling over onto the stove, I usually just leave the cover halfway. After cooking for about 15 minutes, the potatoes are 100% cooked through, so now I'm just transferring them from the pot into a dish. This is just to kind of drain the water off. You can also use a strainer for this part if you'd like. Now I'm just using a masher to mash the potatoes down. I don't like my potatoes to be really clumpy or have a lot of like big chunks in it, so I'm getting it nice and finely mashed. Once I finish mashing all the potatoes, this is what it looks like, very finely done. So now I can get started on making it nice and creamy. So right here, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of butter to the pot just to melt it down a bit. It doesn't have to be melted all the way, but it just needs to be melted down a bit. And then I'm just going to add the potatoes that I mashed and then just start mixing everything all together. Then I'm just adding in my heavy cream. This is 1/3 cup heavy cream. Like I had mentioned in a previous video, I like using half and half, but for my mashed potatoes, I use heavy cream because it makes it a lot creamier, and this is exactly what I'm going for. Now I'm just adding in 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, followed by 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I want the potatoes to be garlic flavored, so this is why I use garlic flavored seasonings. And then the last thing I add in is a little pinch of black pepper. This is just to give it that extra bit of seasoning. Once I finish doing that, then I'm just going to mix everything all together to combine all the flavors. After mixing everything together for 30 to 45 seconds, you're going to leave it on low heat on the stove to keep warm. Now we're moving on to the shrimp and steak. So I'm going to get started on the steak first, and right here I have 2 tablespoons of butter melting. Once everything is hot, I go ahead and place the steak in to start the searing process. To season the steak, I added 1 tablespoon garlic salt, 1 tablespoon garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon Old Bay seasoning. So you'll start searing the steak dependent on how you like it. I like my steak well done, so I'm going to sear it for 10 minutes at a time on each side. So after the first 10 minutes of searing, this is what it looks like. So I'm just flipping it over to the other side. Like I said, it depends on how you like your steak. If you like it medium rare, then you know it's shorter cooking time. If you like it well done, then it's longer. I don't want my steak to be too salty, but I do want it to have flavor throughout. So right now I'm just sprinkling a little bit of garlic salt on the other side. And once again, I'm going to allow it to sear on this side for 10 minutes. As you can see, it still has some blood in it and it's still a little bit red. So if you like your steak rare, medium rare, anything like that, then you will take it out at this point. So for the remainder of the searing process, I'm just going to be flipping the steak over to the other side for 5 minutes this time, but I'm going to be doing it an additional 2 times from here on out. After that final flip, you could go ahead and turn off the stove. Now it's time to get started on the shrimp. The first thing that I do is melt down 1 tablespoon of butter. The next thing that I do is just add in my jumbo shrimp. I'm only using 12 shrimp at this time because I'm making a quick dinner for just 2 people. To season the shrimp, I'm using half teaspoon garlic salt, half teaspoon garlic powder, half teaspoon Old Bay seasoning, and then to combine all the flavors, as always, I'm just mixing everything all together. The shrimp doesn't need a long time to cook, usually 4 to 5 minutes. So right now I'm just flipping each shrimp over onto the other side. It was cooking for 5 minutes already, so I'm just going to repeat the process and allow it to cook for an additional 5 minutes. So altogether 10 minutes for the shrimp. So once my shrimp is finished cooking, I'm going to go ahead and plate it with the steak, and then I'm going to get started on the green beans. So the directions for the green beans are pretty self-explanatory, nothing complicated. I'm just using 1 cup of green beans that I cut in half, sauteing them in olive oil with a pinch of garlic salt, garlic powder, and black pepper, and I'm allowing it to saute on medium heat for 5 to 7 minutes, and then voila, you're all done. As an added bonus, I'm adding in my garlic cream sauce that I added on top of my steak. So this is the finished plate. You have the garlic mashed potatoes, the surf and turf steak with shrimp, and my green beans. I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, thank you so much for watching.